Okay, GoPro is set up, people. Shit. Nice bike. It's a Scott, yeah? Scott, yeah?
Yeah, it's got a few years ago. And then,
Yeah, no, they're good. They're very good bikes. I'm gonna go back to doing mines. Come I get rid of this and go back to my Specialized. I've got a Specialized and a GT as well.
I used to have one of those, yeah.
Yeah, Scott are very good. In fact, they're very, very good bikes.
Yeah, you can do
But the only problem that I had with that was speed.
really?
Yeah, just keeping up with traffic. That's the only problem with bicycles. You don't get it with this, unfortunately. But I want to go back to that definitely in summer. Have a good evening. Scooter Pep making friends. Another tough old day at work. Let's have a look. Is this bitch set up properly? Let's have a look. It's set up. It's set up. Holy shit. Scooter pleb. So there's my security guard mates over there. Hang on, right? That's better. Yeah, it's a bit of a wayward bloody video, man. But yeah, as I said, I promised I'd get a video out. You know, I would get a video out. I did promise that. And so here I am. The video is in live production at present, as you can see. And me as usual, I'm just plebing around. Yeah, topic of discussion. Any updates since 2 weeks ago? I think it's the last one I done when I was on leave for a while from my beautiful job. Check this piece of badass filtration out here. Yeah. Talk about driving into the path of oncoming traffic. Holy fuckaroli. Yeah, I'm going to talk about a serious historical topic. Whilst I was off on leave, yes, off on leave, I was basically you know, when you get a lot of time in your hands, you just pissball about with things like YouTube, and you just end up watching the most fucking obscure fucking videos. When I mean obscure, they are absolutely, you know, let's say off the hook, these videos. And so yeah, one of the videos was based around you know, the man that made the 666 they say the most evil man in the world, Mr. Alice Crowley. So you know, whether or not that's true or not, I've got no idea. Basically, some guy born in, I think, in the 1920s, and yeah, so he was a fair sicko. On the subject of sickos, yeah, I'm going to talk a bit about a serious topic today. And yeah, I saw a few other documentaries about the first 5 Roman emperors. Now let me see if I can remember them in order. From the 1st century, the first Roman emperors and the initial dynasty of Roman emperors. There were many dynasty of Roman emperors. The initial dynasty was known as the Julio-Claudian dynasty. There were 5 emperors. You had 0 AD, this is the 1st century Roman emperors. You had a guy called Augustus. The next Roman emperor was called, fuck's sake, he was called Tiberius, indeed. One after that was called Caligula, and note the word Caligula because this is the one I want to talk about. The one after that, there was one called Claudius. The 4th one, and then it's like a fucking history examination going on here, Jesus, on a scooter. And the very last one, the infamous, well, 2 of them were infamous, for pretty negative things, really. The last one was called Nero. Yep, I'm not talking about fucking Nero 6, the piece of software. you know, namesaked after him. I'm talking about the emperor, Roman Emperor Nero. Now, Caligula and Nero, they weren't, you know, grandfather, father, son. It wasn't anything like that. None of these first 5 Roman emperors who took, you know, their direct lineage from the aristocracy, really. I think the Roman Senate, you know, our present day equivalent is the American Senate and the British Parliament. The Roman Senate realized that you know, they had to democratically, cheers mate, democratically you know, eventually after the last emperor, you know, these guys were fairly fucking crazy, man, I'm telling you. After the last emperor, they realized, Nero. Let's talk a little about Caligula. He ruled from 40 AD to around 59 AD. I think it was 13 years, I think. And Caligula and Nero's reign, in between you had Claudius. I think he was quite normal, so to speak. But Caligula and Nero were the 2 infamous ones. They were fucking nutbots. If you ever see any of the documentaries on History Channel, Discovery Channel, National Geographic, they were fucking nutbots, I'm telling you. And this is well documented by many philosophers, many historians, Roman historians of their time. So they had eyewitness accounts of their depravity, debauchery, hedonistic behavior. They were fucking crazy, both of them, really. Caligula was quite mad, and Nero was no better. Is there a competition as to who was the worst? I can't really say. Caligula was quite mad. He was assassinated by the Praetorian Guards. These are a bunch of, like, considered of their time, you know, of that particular era, the top, you know, SAS elite forces that you would see protecting like Navy SEALs of the day. The Praetorian Guards were the royal guards, basically tasked with protecting the Roman emperors of the time. And so basically what you had was Caligula was the Senate had agreed that, you know, the guy's lost the plot, we've got to get rid of him. He's basically you know, he's you know, raping people, killing people en masse, killing senators, you know, it was just not of a benefit. His reign was not of a benefit to the Romans at the time. And he was raking a whole lot of taxes through some really, really extortionate sort of medieval Byzantine empires, medieval sort of policies, really. You know, extortionate, exorbitant levels of taxation. What would now be considered as basically daylight robbery. So yeah, Caligula was assassinated by the Praetorian Guards, I think 50 AD. Later on down the line, around I think 60 AD, you had Nero, whose reign was also quite... the interesting thing about Nero now, yeah, I want to raise... Oh, it's fucking cold, man, but it's nice. The days are nice and long, so Scooter Pleb doesn't mind getting out. Right, Nero, I want to talk a little bit about his wife and the crazy sort of psychotic, psychopathic tendencies that this guy had. Nero, let's just talk about how he treated his wife, Poppaea. You guys can correct me, okay? This is all the stuff I've learned is off a few documentaries and Wikipedia, okay? And I'm no authority on Roman history, but the first 5 emperors, they were basically quite mad. And so Nero, yeah, his wife Poppaea, he basically, apparently the historians, some say that he had an argument, others say that he killed her after she mocked him. So what happened, apparently he kicked her to death while she was pregnant with their second or first child, he kicked her literally to death. He then mourned for years and years and years. Years and years and years. He mourned for, apparently some say decades, and he burnt, you know, tons and tons of frankincense. Okay, and you know, Arabic incense apparently. And what's this tosser doing over it? You can't switch lanes in the zigzags, really, can you? Let's be honest. So Nero, oh for fuck's sake, I shouldn't be overtaking. This guy's just taking a piss, the new rider there. So Nero basically kicked her to death, which resulted in Poppaea, his beloved wife, her death basically. What he then went and done was, you know, probably, you know, tantamount to what we would consider sacrilege. He basically, basically stuffed her body with spices and embalmed it. Oh God! And stuck it on the throne in the Senate. Whilst he addressed the Senate for 10 to 15 days. He just stuck it there basically, and addressed the Roman Senate, and I think that was the last straw. He had a lot of us, you know, a lot of this, you know, there was a plot by the uncovered by the Praetorian Guards. He was, you know, they attempted to assassinate Nero 7 times, and there was a plot uncovered by the Praetorian Guards to have this, by one of the senator's servants leaked out that, the senators wanted to kill him basically. Whoa, I know there's flooding, for fuck's sake. We've got the floods in Somerset. I don't want to deviate. I'm getting kind of like lost in this fucking historical takedown that I'm trying to give you. Anyway, Nero deviled his wife's body and was pretty much crazy, and was eventually assassinated by... No. He was forced to take his own life. He basically assassinated, which amounted to around David Cameron asking MPs to kill themselves basically, but he assassinated 20 to 30 senators at the time. And so I think a lesson to learn is as opposed to a dynastic and rule, as opposed to being, one being deserved to rule a country, a continent, a people. The Senate realized after Nero that they really needed to democratically elect someone, and the first 5 emperors, I think it was 6 emperors possibly, there wasn't any they realized that they just had to elect someone not from the aristocracy, so to speak. I think the emperor that came after Nero was a commander whose name I just cannot recall, and I may want to see a documentary. All right, yeah, so